All right, this is the rig. Went 211 miles, did not go the full, but 211 miles is enough to give you guys a rundown on what worked, what didn't. So starting from the front here, didn't really want to take the bar mitts, but I'll be damned, that was the best decision right there. Thought the hands, I thought they'd be bulky, and I thought they would, I don't know, kind of get in the way, kind of from the hand positions and stuff. But as you can see, I've got the, not only do I have the bar mitts on here, I've got the bar yak from Joe Stiller. So I've really got multiple hand positions, and then I can still put them on the front of the hoods as well. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 positions with the drops. Never really used the drops much because it was raining most of the time, and the only time I used the bar yak was to kind of when my hands were hot or it was a really heavy headwind. And then I got out. But kind of what I want to point out with the bar mitts, I was able to go with just these light. They're actually a motorcycle glove. They're made by Triumph. Pretty much just like any bike glove, though. I was actually going with these the whole time. These got wet. They got wet from the rain coming down off my sleeve. Bar mitts got wet outside, inside. But once you get the heat built up and you get going, no problem. I had these as a backup. These little these REI waterproof mittens. Super light, super small, and they are waterproof. I did put some waterproof spray on them just to test them out, or just to, I guess, test them out beforehand. Never had to use these. I always had them in the back of my wind vest just in case, but between the bar mitts and the liners, I was fine. And one thing I've never really done with the bar mitts before was I use these as different positions. You know, you always put the bar mitts, you're always like, oh shit, I'm hot. So I was able to like pull them down here. I was able to pull them down. Actually, was able to pull them down over the hoods and actually ride with my hands on top for most of the day. And again, it's just something I never have done with the bar mitts, but it really gave some versatility to being stuck inside that all day long. And I was still able to shift, brake, everything like that worked perfect with that. I was able to do that with both hoods. And then once it rained harder or anything like that, just pull that up. And it was good. I was super happy with it. So we've got the feed bags up top here, along with the cockpit. We got Joe Stiller's this clipboard there. All I did with the cue cards is I got the cue cards as they came in the little, I brought another map case, but these work perfect. Just pull them over, snap them to there. And I actually put the first cue card and the second cue card here so I wouldn't have to stop to turn them around. I could do these on the move. So that worked really well. Garmin up here, I learned on the land run. I'm going to take that off the mount. I learned on the land run that it gets really dirty. I got a cord here that charges down through here, but these little portion packs work so great. You just pop the Garmin in there, and you just turn it right on your Garmin mount, and it holds nice and tight. After the land run, I had to take apart the GPS. None of my buttons worked anymore, all froze up. From the red dirt, so this is perfect. I don't have to do any cleaning or whatever. Again, I mentioned the charger kind of coming through here. There's a USB coming through, and I've got just another little charger portion pack. So it ran, I don't know, 25-ish hours, and it still has 2 bars on here, nice and light. So it would have ran me plenty, 2 days easily on that Garmin. Garmin, what does this last? 8, 10, 11 hours, depending on how many beeps you got going on. But I've had it run out before on like a 10-hour race. So I always take this and then just keep this fully charged at all times. Up here on the feed bags, one on the left side I just had goo and Lars bars and a little bit of salted nut rolls. But on this side I, again, took my tunes, put the plastic over it. I didn't really need to. This is definitely waterproof, but I didn't like to clean up after a land run, so I just used that portion pack. It actually sounded okay through the plastic. And then I took 2 Nun tablets containers, and I put Sport Legs in one, and ibuprofen, and a couple caffeine pills, and some Advil in the other. And didn't use a whole lot of those, but had them, and totally waterproof and cheap, and they work out good. And I think I had I had a bandana just in case I needed, in a portion pack again down at the bottom there, just for some cushion. Throughout the frame bag, I used my pump up here. Didn't have any flats, so that didn't have to come out. For hydration, I carried a soft-sided water bottle. I put Nun tablets in there. Drank maybe half this water bottle. That was it. And then I just kept it just in case, because you weren't quite sure when the next water was coming. And then I've got that 70-ounce bladder in here, that Camelback. Again, I like that military one, this long and cylindrical. Worked great. I just bought water when I was at the convenience store, so I didn't have to reroute my hose. And I was able to, you know, $1.49 or whatever at Casey's, and then just fill up the water bottle, and I was good. Good for water. On the other side, I got another pocket, but it was just like lens cleaners and a couple more goos just on that side for easy access. Coming back to the back of the bike, Stella Atomica seat. I talked about that. I put some extra waterproofing on it before I left, just because I knew it was going to rain. I don't think it really needed it, but I used it. Seat worked out great. I wore the Primal bibs underneath and with my rain pants, and I had no problems. Another thing I use, I guess, it's not chamois butter, but it's skin lube. You can order it off the internet. Rich Wintz turned me on to that. I use turn me on loosely. And it's just almost like a petroleum jelly on steroids. It won't really wash out of the bibs. I think my ass was still, you know, I could still feel it after the next day, but it works perfect and even in that wet conditions. On the back, I got my Pika. Never opened that up. I got a thermal jersey in there, another little windproof jacket, a pair of sealskin gloves, another little thermal cap. I mean, just kind of the what if kind of situation, because you just weren't sure how much it was going to rain or if somebody else needed something. But still glad I had it. Made me feel good. Made me feel confident. Fender, still glad I took that. You can see the bag's not that dirty in the back. I think that was well worth taking that fender just to keep the crap off, because it rained a lot. Two things on the back. The mud spatula. I had to use that twice. The first level B road we kind of went in a little deep on. I was like, shit, shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I mean, it just, I instantly just was able to, get the mud off with that spatula, pop it in there, hook the little hooks on the top side, and worked great. Fits right in that sleeve there. And then the next thing here, I would have gave $500 for one of these out there, but is this sling again. Again, it's like a repelling sling, but so damn easy. You just roll it underneath here, and then you can actually make the height. When you're walking, you can put on these different rings. So bam, and then just put it around your shoulder. However you want it, just put it around your shoulder. Depends on when you can. And I walked for a mile with that, and I ate, and I adjusted my tunes. I drank my water, and all with my hands being free. And then when you get back to there, you either toss it in the back of your jersey pocket or toss it back in my little bag there, and worked great. Crank Brothers worked well. No problems with the tires. 210-ish or so miles, my brakes started to fade. Still not quite sure. I've never had that happen on the bike. I know a lot of other people have. But pretty damn scary flying down the hills and you got a Flintstone stop, because there was nothing there. That was one of the reasons to pull the plug. Because down there between Cumming and Norwalk and Indianola, it's pretty heavy duty rollers down there, and it was dark, 12:30 at night, or 12:30 in the morning, I guess, and you just couldn't see nothing, and raining sideways, and just pretty much a dangerous situation. But Blinky, everything else worked great. Look for my race report on Bike Iowa soon. Thanks.